Hey guys, been a while since I've been on live here on YouTube, but hey, I'm trying to understand new ways of presenting information and actually just learn how to make new and better content for you. So, we're going to do a little reaction video and testing out some new skills of my own. Um, and appreciate your support. Let me know in the comments what you think.
When I committed the crime, I was 16 years old. I was still a child. When I got released from prison, my state of mind was just simply I was going to go get a job. You have that box and that question asks you, have you ever been convicted of a felony offense? And once I seen that, I just lost like all hope.
See, the thing about most people is they really don't understand when you go to jail or even have kids or um, lack of education, a lot of different things, the way we traditionally work in society can actually work against your ability to progress career wise. But the jail thing is really interesting because oftentimes people have learned, or maybe it was just a misunderstanding. And yes, they got penalized, but now this is on a record and they're being judged every time they're going by. Is it fair? Not so much. I mean, I know his story is likely a little bit different, but it's just the point of understanding how our system always works. And though we want to say equality is there, it can be challenging at times. But I'm glad to see he's working through it.
I didn't know the collateral consequences that I was going to face having a felony conviction attached to my name. When I got tired of those doors closing in my face, I just seeked out other ways, and cleaning was one of the things that kept me calm. It kept me at peace.
Now, I don't know about you, but I've been finding out that cleaners or having a business around cleaning, whether you're contracting people out to clean a house, man, that's phenomenal. $150,000 a year is a phenomenal income. 32, you can't be mad at his ability to make income right now.
My name is Marquise McKenzie. I'm 32 years old, and I'm from Orlando, Florida. Last year, I made over $150,000.
What I think is interesting is he actually makes the average income of $60,000 of the United States. It just puts it in perspective.
So between my income with the Dirt Master and Florida Rights Restoration Coalition, I support my spouse and my 3 kids between those different 2 incomes. I'm doing about 70, 80 hours a week. FRC sometimes can go well over 40 hours just because of the commitment that I am to the organization. And then with the Dirt Master, it can go anywhere from 30 to probably 40 hours or more, depending on if we have.
So it's interesting. He's doing 70, 80 hours. But what's the question? It's usually suggested that once you're making more from your side business consistently than your main job, it would make more sense to double down on your side business because he's making 90. Could he up that? Could he be making 150 from the business right now and just work the business?
Projects to come up. So growing up, I was very almost independent. I was one of those kids that wanted to be the class clown, wanted to be fun, and wanted to be known, but I caused a lot of bad energy to come my way. And I would say about the age of 15, I just decided to give up, drop out of high school, and make my own decisions. I hung around a lot of people that was older than me, and I felt like I had a point to prove. I thought because I didn't have any criminal record, that was my first offense, that I was going to get released. When I went to court, I found myself being told that my case can no longer be seen by the juvenile justice system and that it's going to be turned over to the adult system. And the only thing I can remember is my mom, crying in the courtroom and begging the judge to please, saying, give me a second chance. And the only thing that the judge would say is that, I'm sorry, this case is out of my.
See, seeing your mom in the courtroom, I remember one time when I got arrested due to traffic violations. My mom came to the courtroom. I thought well, we both were under the impression I would be able to get released, but that wasn't the case. But the sadness that you have to face in your parents' uh, eyes when they see you in handcuffs. In my situation, I was in the orange suit, and it was devastating. Even after she said it's up there with the worst things that you could ever see your kid do.
My hands. I went out and made a mistake and I should have been held accountable for my actions. I just don't think I should have been held accountable as an adult. When I got sentenced, I believe I was 17 years old. Out of 24 months, I only had to do 8 months in prison. It was a very crazy experience, and at some points it was very stressful. But every time I cleaned, despite that I was cleaning the dirtiest thing inside of the jails, and jails are dirty, it just made me feel that peace, right? It made me forget about my court date. It made me forget about the time that I was facing. I kind of made the comparison: when you change your life, when you clean your life up, you feel good. Same thing when you clean something physical, you just feel good about, your house. You just feel that peace. My mom, she was very hard on us about cleaning. And be honest, I used to hate it. I just never knew how that was going to change my life. So I figured that I found my niche right then and there, and I knew from their point that I wanted to start a cleaning business. So when I talk about my lifestyle and my expenses that I take care of, and including my family as well, which is my 3 kids, and then a lot of stuff that I do for the community, and then also running a small business, I'm gonna just be transparent. It's been very hard to even try to think about saving.
So the biggest thing, obviously, is his housing expense. Because of how he's running his business, I would even venture to say, hey, there may be some opportunities in his expenses and just thinking differently. But the biggest thing was the housing expense that really jumped out. You got to find a way to get that housing expense down. Oh man, he took a 401k loan. I mean, I understand people oftentimes do this, but it's really the worst thing because number one, if you leave the job, all the money is due. This case is $1,500, but it's just a point of once. First of all, you're interrupting compounding growth, but the second thing is that's one of the worst loans because once you leave that job or laid off, that money becomes due within 60 days.
So in my 401k, I currently have just under $3,000 in that savings account. The total that we're paying for our apartment is roughly close to $1,800 a month.
Yes, the 401k. I'm sorry, boss. Your 401k has 3 grand in it. Your rent payment is $1,800, but your car payment is 2,000. Bro, I'm sorry. You gotta get rid of the car. You have to. You have to.
My phone bill, we have it in our business name. We have about 7 lines on that account, including smartwatches. It fluctuates between $700, close to $800 a month for our cell phone bills.
Including smartwatches. And he works for a nonprofit. So with the phone bill, because you work with a nonprofit, likely whoever your carrier is, you can likely get a discount on your phone bill. But the smartwatches, again, that's something that you're paying for that's not needed. You can get rid of that. This is about being very, very responsible with the money you do have so that you can be able to save. And then if you want to buy the watches, buy them outright, but let's not be making payments for that.
A lot of my expenses go towards food, and that's either buying groceries for the house
Unless you buying $4,000 worth of food, no.
or because I'm on the move every day, just honestly eating out. So on an average day, if I eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner out, I can spend close to $100, a day on food if I don't decide to eat at home.
Simplify your business accounting.
So this guy needs work. Obviously, I'm new to this. I probably could have cut out the ad piece, but tell me, guys, what you think. Let me know in the comments. Obviously, his budget could use some work. This is my first time. I appreciate anybody that goes back and watch this replay. Until next time, talk to you guys soon.